Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan. From Los Angeles, Nashville, and Los Angeles, right?
Exactly right.
Good morning, lady.
So like us all, good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Like, we're all doing this show from our homes. And you guys used to spend a whole lot of time together. Is it hard being separated?
We still have a nice sidebar text chat going on full of jokes, so we keep it flush with jokes on the chats.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I have to admit, though, not sitting with them is a big problem because the entertainment is on my left and right. I'm telling you, these guys are so funny, and I'm not sure what they're going to do from 1 second to the next. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, the biggest challenge for us is we all talk so much. We're so talkative. And when you're doing all this via video, you have to say what you're going to say and then shut up. And we're not used to that.
Yeah.
Us either. Us either. We have the same issue. Megan?
Yeah, that's been an adjustment for us too. And Katy, the last time you were here, you had just announced that you're engaged to Orlando Bloom. So congratulations. And now you're expecting a baby girl. Congratulations.
I know. Well, thank you, and you too. It seems like we may get to do a play date in 2025.
Ah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I want to know, how are you feeling? And, I have such compassion for the #pandemic pregnancy women out there. How are you dealing with all of this?
Well, I mean, I have nothing to compare it to because it's my first. So obviously, I'm just taking it one day at a time. I'm saying my prayers. I'm chanting. I am looking for gratitude in every corner of my life, and just taking it one day at a time. And I think the whole world is going through this weird loss of certainty, and so it's like you have to surrender in these times, which is difficult for me because I'm a control freak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, you're also quarantined with your family, including 2 young nieces. Is that giving you a little taste of what's to come?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's Legos everywhere and under my feet at all times these days. So, and they wake me up at hours that I'm not particularly used to, but I better get used to soon.
Yeah. Sonny?
Luke, this is Sunny. Now, you're home with your wife, your 2 sons, I believe, one is 10, one is 12, your nieces and nephew. So how are you spending your days? That's a lot of folks.
Well, when we started quarantining, we had a group of, it was spring break for us, so we had a group of kids with us. And my nephew, Teal, he's 18, and I inherited 4 other 18-year-old boys that I have been feeding since March 12th. And so
Wow.
I wake up, I do my workout, and then I start, I've had freezers full of food, and I start preparing. I've been like what's the chef shows? I guess I'm a qualified chef right now. I feel like I'm a chef in the military. I've been feeding these boys, but I'm just trying to look, having
You're
this
like
much
Jose
time
Andreas.
sitting. What's that?
You're like Jose Andreas feeding everyone right now.
there it is. And with me, just having this much time, certainly all of these boys are about to go off to college. They didn't get a proper high school graduation, and so just spending these past couple of months with him has been, it's been a little bit. I pulled some hair out. My wife is going crazy a little bit. She's pulled some hair out, but we're enjoying our time together and just trying to stay safe.
Megan?
Yeah, well, Lionel, you have been touring around the world for your entire career. My parents actually saw you a few times and are obsessed with you. Where my dad's passed, but obsessed with you. And I can't imagine you've spent this much time at home, maybe in your entire career. Does being in your house remind you of any of your legendary stories?
Well, I have to tell you something. You're exactly right. I'm discovering things in my house that I thought I had lost about 20 years ago. I am now finding them in the drawers, and I'm going, what the heck? But you know, I must tell you, this has been an interesting time, and legendary stories I do have. Would you like to hear one?
Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to put this in perspective. 1986, 87, Elizabeth Taylor and George Hamilton are, I ran into them and they said, we want to have dinner at your house Sunday. The answer, absolutely. I go back home and I say to myself, wait a minute, what does Elizabeth Taylor and George Hamilton eat? So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I've got a situation. Best thing to do is call Elizabeth and ask her what she eats. So she said, listen, Lionel, call Maurice's Snack and Chat on Pico.
That's it.
It's a soul.
That's it.
It's a soul food place. You follow me? It's a soul food place, and tell them to bring me my usual. Okay. So I'm thinking I'm gonna call. I think I'm gonna call Chef Jelon Jodon or Zebon Zeba, but no, I'm waiting for some kind of hors d'oeuvre. So what happens is I call them on the phone and I say, Maurice, what do they eat? She said, fried chicken, baby, collard greens, candy yams, mac and cheese and cornbread. That's are you kidding me? The divine two of them. And then, of course, I asked one question. Why are you all an hour and a half late? Get this. They stopped off at a 7-Eleven store to get quick picks so they can see if they won the lottery or not.
Yeah.
You like that story?
They're just like us.
You understand? I mean, that's you heard it first on this show. You heard it
Lionel,
first.
you were at the birthday party. You were at her birthday party.
I was at the birthday party, right.
Yes, so was I. It was the craziest scene. Anyway.
The party... Go.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, the funniest part about that birthday party was I get there, and they say to me, are you going to sing? And I said, I wasn't planning on singing. And the next thing I know, I'm thinking to myself, are we going to sing tonight? I'm not sure. It was the strangest night, I must tell you. What do you remember about it? I'm scared to think.
Well, you know, I just remember seeing a whole bunch of women in dresses that made their chests look like everybody had a goiter because they were so well cut, and jewelry everywhere. That's what I remember, just people.
Yes.
Name somebody and they were there. But I have to ask Katy because I enjoy a good costume, and I know you do too. So we saw the clip of you earlier this week as the fabulous bottle of hand sanitizer. Where did that come from?
Oy vey. My crazy brain, I guess. You know, I was just thinking about it for weeks, and you know, I know the show was trying to figure out how were we going to continue to keep filming, and so we had about 2 weeks of thinking about that and putting that together. Luckily, I think the show really pulled it off, but so I had 2 weeks to stay up at night and think about, okay, well, how am I going to bring a little levity to this situation? How am I going to bring a little joy? A little fun, a little humor as I try and do with everything.
Well,
and
you did it.
I got it.
You did it, baby. You sure did.